How did you bid for Jackson?
Well, I think it's quite easy why we bid the City of Jackson contract. And we've got a large presence in Nashville. We've been there since 2004. And as a business, you're always looking to expand your footprint. We bid the City of Jackson contract 10 years ago. And I think we were 2 or 3% off the low bid. And we just kind of kept it in our pipeline. And we knew it was coming up. And Steve and I kept reaching out to city officials, just get a feel for when they were going to consider to issue a bid for that. So we've been following it, and the bids were due in November. We've been working on this since early summertime. Arthur and Steve did a lot of work at the pre-bid meeting prior to that, followed routes, followed trucks. We did a lot of homework. We're extremely confident in the numbers we put together, proposal we put together, presented to the city. We're extremely confident. I think we've done our homework, we've done our due diligence on this operation, and it's just an opportunity for us to grow our footprint out of Nashville, come to Jackson, and we have been operating in Union City for going on 2 years now. So we're just kind of trying to tie everything together. If we can tie Nashville together, Jackson together, Union City together, the economies of scale are going to be there for us to offer better pricing to the marketplace. And competition's good. It's a free market society, and competition is what drives the prices down. That's one reason why you see the prices in Jackson as they are. We're talking about 11 to 12% savings is because the power of competition drives the price.
One of the questions that was asked just right after that was, why should Jackson choose Red River? And I think you alluded to some of that regarding the pricing.
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing that Jackson will benefit from awarding contract Red River, we're a third-generation family company. We are not a publicly traded company. We don't have shareholders that we're trying to pay dividends to. I mean, we're a family business, been doing this since 1953. So, I think a lot of people like to fight for the little guy. We always talk about this David versus Goliath thing. And Steve, I think that's exactly kind of where we stand, is that we're a little guy that's got the capacity, the ability, the management know-how to get the job done, and we've been doing it for over 60 years. And that type of pedigree tells us we can come to this community, we compete against the big guys, we can offer the savings that we've offered, and we can do a good job, and we can please the people of Jackson. I know this is it's a contract that's been held by the current vendor for a long, long time. But it's the people of Jackson. It's the local employees that make it work. It's not necessarily the waste manager of the Red Rivers. It's the local citizens that come to work each and every day. They know the routes. They know the streets. They know the customers. That's what we're looking to gain if we get the opportunity to come in and bring the Jackson citizens with us to put this together, and you continue on providing a good, solid service to the community.
You hit on a couple items. We had a couple questions come in there. One, why are you cheaper? And you kind of hit on that a little bit too. That was the next question up, and then I'll follow up. There's 2 more that came in right after that.
I guess I would say the word cheaper. That's always an interesting comment. But I think at the end of the day, we do not have to please corporate shareholders, and we don't have to meet these massive budgets of revenue and profitability. We're a company that can make less money and still do what we do and do what we do well. So I think there's a lot to that. But I think we've followed the waste management trucks. We did a count of their equipment in their yard. We got a feel for what they're doing, how they're doing it. We put it into our model, our performa, the engine of which makes us who we are, and we were able to develop a cost of service to provide the service here. And it is less, but just know the current cost to the city of Jackson is $5.7 million. So our price isn't so much cheaper. It's that Waste Management had a price set forth, and I think they look at that and they probably need to earn more money for the service. Where that's just not the case for Red River.
We had 2 questions just come in directly related to current employees and benefits and compensation. We can talk a little bit about if we were awarded the contract, about the current employees and what their opportunities might be.
Yeah, Arthur, can you help us with this? I know you've done a lot of these type of things for us, and the current employees are key to the success of the business.
We look to hire all the current employees that are running routes. That's beneficial to not miss anyone's trash, get the guys who's been running it for years, keep everything going as smooth as Waste Management is doing it now. Backdoor service, we can do it without a problem. It's just training a person to walk up to each and every house, pick up the trash, bring it to the truck, dump it, and go to the next house. As far as benefits, we offer our employees, driver bonus program, which goes to the laborer and the driver.
Yep.
The scholarship program. Let me go back to the driver program. The driver bonus program. It's every month. It's not skip a month. It's every month. Our drivers are getting a bonus. It goes off of tonnage, time saved on routes. There's other things, but it can be deducted due to safety. So we encourage safety first, and all our employees are compensated.
Yeah, there's a science to this business. So at the end of the day, we're here to sell time. And time is crucial. Time is important. But the benefit of having an existing workforce, the learning curve is diminished.
Yes.
We come in right off the bat, and we're able to perform at a high level from day one and not have a learning curve if we didn't have a local workforce. If we were bringing people in from other communities, it would be challenging. And in the many, many startups that we've done over the many, many years we've been doing this, our number one objective is to bring the existing workforce to our team, mold them in our way, and give them the tools to be successful. And that's what we do.
And I will touch, David, on the 100% health insurance and dental for the employee, and comparable rates for family members, and also the compensation rates. We've done a lot of research, and we're confident in saying that the employees can make the same or better money with us if we get the contract based on what our research has been.
David, also the 401k, which is
That's another benefit that we offer. You basically you get 50 cents on the dollar. We have short-term disability. We have options to life insurance. It's at really, really affordable rates. And going back to the health insurance, at the end of the day, guys, it's 100% coverage for the employee. It's medical, it's dental. With all these issues with the healthcare law and things changing, I think we've been able to hold our price pretty affordable, and we're able to offer that benefit to the employee. So they're going to earn their wage, and they're going to earn healthcare and dental benefits at no additional cost. If they want to add their spouse or their family members, there are some additional expenses for that, but the employee himself or herself gets 100% of their medical and dental paid for by Red Ribbon.
I'm going to jump in and say, to ask questions or comment on Periscope, email to jacksongarbagevote@gmail.com or comment on the Facebook post. We have been asked, do we have a plan for changeover?
Without a doubt, we have a tried and true transition plan that we will deploy. From the business development side, we like to help work with our operations folks like Arthur and the other guys that are going to be here in this transition. We're a team. You're going to see Steve, you're going to see Arthur, you're going to see myself, and you're going to see a lot of other members of the Red River team from Nashville, from Union City, from other places that are going to come here and put this together. We have a tried and true transition plan where we incorporate routes, equipment purchases, real estate acquisition, getting our phones online, getting our vendor accounts set up. We've been doing this a long, long time. We know what we're doing, and this transition plan is tried and true, and it's worked for over 60 years.
That ties into one of the other questions that we had regarding our experience and our years of service and that kind of thing. If you'd like to elaborate on some of those contracts or maybe some of those experiences that we've had here in West Tennessee and also other contracts in Tennessee.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting to know, and I think there's been a lot of things placed in the local newspapers about, it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, right? So we pipelined a contract with the city of Union City probably 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. They were being serviced by Republic Services. Republic had that contract for probably over 25, 30 years. we had an opportunity to come in and compete. We did that. We were able to save Union City $450,000 a year. We were able to come in and hire the entire workforce that Republic had doing the work. We bought all new 96-gallon carts. We bought all new dumpsters. We put a new fleet of equipment in. And the city of Union City is extremely satisfied with the level of service we've done. And that's just, here close to Union City. There's a lot of opportunity out there for the little guy. And that's what we're doing. I mean, we're not in here saying, pick us because we're the little guy. We're saying pick us because there's value in what we're offering. There's tremendous savings to the taxpayers. And our price, being at what it is a savings to the taxpayer.
Arthur, we've had a question, again, it keeps coming up about current employees, and this one is directly about the drivers. Why do we want to keep current employees, and what's the benefit of doing that?
The benefit of keeping the current drivers is, we won't miss any trash. I mean, they already know what they've been doing. They're just doing the same job for another company, and they do a great job now. So it's beneficial to Red River to hire the people that are currently doing the work.
Yeah, and our goal is, this connotation, you have a new contract, you have a job loss, you have all these problems. Job loss is not going to be part of this. The guys are doing the work. It's the guys we want to be on our team. Job loss is not going to occur. We're going to offer the first right of refusal to each and every employee at Waste Management that's currently doing the work for the City of Jackson contract. And those are the people we're looking for.
During the discussion about this contract, it has been said by a few people, will the service level be the same or different depending on who gets, if Waste Management retains the contract or if Red River is rewarded?
It will be the same service. I believe it's Monday, Thursday, and Tuesday, Friday. Nothing will change. Pick up as usual. Trucks will be on the route at the same time they are for Waste Management for the last 20 years.
The biggest difference, Arthur, is what? You're going to have a green and yellow truck doing it then, and then you might have a white and red truck.
Yes.
That's really what the customers are going to see.
But we were asking again, we just had a person ask about pay and benefits again. So they may have joined us late, so if you could just elaborate on that again.
Our rates are going to be extremely competitive, what they're being paid today. And one thing I think Steve mentioned earlier is that we're going to have a job fair once we get this contract, and if we get the contract, and we're going to say, hey, bring your pay stubs to us. Tell us what you're getting paid. I think that's the best way to say, okay, this is what I'm getting paid today.
Yes.
Do that. And I think we've done that in many, many markets because that's a way to kind of put your money where your mouth is.
We had another question come in. Obviously, when we go into a community, we become involved in different things in the community, whether it be programs and that kind of thing, outreach programs and things like that. Maybe we want to talk a little bit about the art program in Nashville.
Yeah, Steve, that's a great point. I think in any time you're going to come in and create a new business community, you want to be a corporate partner in that community. You want to be able to give back to the community and do the right thing. Be a responsible corporate citizen. And Red River's done that in every community we've been a part of. We've joined the chambers. We've donated money to organizations that have a great plan in place that give back to the community. In Nashville, for example, we've been doing this for I think up to around 8 years now. 8 years, and it's an art contest that we sponsor with Metro Nashville and the Metro Nashville Arts Council, where we work with 3rd and 4th grade students in the entire Metro school system. We work with the administration, the mayor's office, and other entities in Nashville. We come up with an environmental theme. Then the kids are empowered to design an art, a sketch of that theme. They then are judged, and that artwork is displayed on our garbage trucks that travel the city streets of Nashville. And it's just been a great, great program. Mayor Carl Dean, Mayor Berry, they've been very, very supportive of that program. It is fantastic to see the smile in those kids' eyes when they see that artwork displayed on those garbage trucks. And those garbage trucks travel city streets each and every day of the week. It's the greatest thing to give back to the community, to show the community the hard work and effort those young kids have done to talk about the theme and talk about the environment and do those types of things. So it's just one of those small things that Red River can do to give back to the community.
I know I really enjoyed going to the different schools and seeing the kids come out and giving them a reason to talk about environmental stewardship and about what our responsibility is as far as being responsible with our trash that we produce and where that needs to go, and reduce, reuse, and recycle, and those kinds of things. It's a good message to put forth for those kids.
Yeah, and you want to start it. You want to start at home with the kids, because those kids at that age could be so impacted to their parents. They can take those things home, show their parents what they're learning, and then it helps the parents do the same thing.
Again, we maybe go back again and hit on a little bit more about the differences between our bid and the competitor's bid, and what that the cost difference is. I know we talked a little bit about that, and how much savings or how much difference in price.
Sure. I think what we're faced with is when the city issued the RFP, they basically set the standard for the service. They told the service provider, we would like a proposal for you to provide this level of service, twice a week backdoor service. We want you to provide a commercial service for all the commercial businesses in the entire city. We want you to give us a proposal for all of the industrial services, like the manufacturing facilities of the community. So each competitor that submitted a proposal had to submit a proposal that mirrored the exact services citizens of Jackson are receiving today. That's exactly what we've done. You know, if you hear that service isn't comparable or we're not going to provide twice a week backdoor service, those are all misnomers. None of that's correct. It's all false. Every company that bid this contract had to bid a like mirrored service. And the savings guys they're there. They're $3.2 million. It is what it is. And as a percentage, that's a little over 11% based on the other bid of waste management. So at the end of the day, it's a mirrored service. This is apples to apples. This isn't oranges to apples. It's not a service it's not equal to each other. It is the same service, but we've offered a tremendous savings. You know, we just want the power of the people, the power of this community to look at this, think through it, and said, you know, what makes sense? What's the fiscally responsible thing to do? It's possibly look at savings, but make sure Red River is qualified to do that. And I think a lot of the decision makers in this community are doing their due diligence, and we're hopeful that they can be supportive of us come the next Tuesday at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I know there have been some accounts that was $3.3 million over the term of the 5-year contract. Somebody just asked, what does that break down per year?
It looks like I can tell you what it breaks down. In the first year of the contract, it's about $596,000. The second year, it's $596,000. Third year, $596,000. And the fourth year, it's $710,000. In the fifth year, it's $820,000. And the reason there's an escalation in the fourth and fifth year, when we submitted our proposal to the city, the bid spec said you needed to submit a price that was fixed for 60 months. That's what Red River did. We honored the bid specifications as required. The reason you see a variance in the fourth and fifth year is because Waste Management made an escalation of 1.5% in the fourth and fifth year. That's why that is skewed. So you'll see in the first 3 years, it's the same, right at $597,000 a year. And then the fourth and fifth year, it staggers by that 1.5%.
We've had a couple of questions. I'm going to try to get them in order here. How do we let folks know about changes in our service days, whether it be for holidays or snow days or inclement weather days or those kinds of things?
Yeah, I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to develop a campaign, and when we set these customers up, we would like to set up where we can work with these customers online through social media. We want to have a website that's tailored to the City of Jackson that describes our service. We want to work with the city's communication department to make sure if there's any type of issues with service, we can definitely get out there and let people know. We will get to the TV stations, the radio stations, the media outlets that have the voice of the community that can get the word out. But there's a lot of ways to do it. But I think a lot of what you see won't change. It's just a different management team. It's a different company doing the work. But we will be vocal. We will want to get out there and communicate with the communities. And working with the councils in their districts, building relationships with each individual councilman in their district. That's going to be helpful and supportive. We can probably come up with a newsletter Our website will be very, very informative. We can have a newsletter that people can sign up for, and I think that will be very, very helpful.
Also,
And we're going to have a telephone number, be a local telephone number that people can call into.
the My Waste app.
The My Waste app, that's something new and different that we're offering. We've got it deployed in Union City. We've got deployed, it was getting deployed in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Council Bluffs, Iowa, yes,
Yeah.
and also it was in Mississippi.
Now, what does that allow to the customer to do as well as the provider?
Basically, it allows the customer to voice a complaint. It allows us to take a picture an actual time of a stop. You know, anything that's related to the trash pickup itself. It also has the calendar of the pickups, our holiday schedule.
You can set your collection day reminders on your
Yes.
phone. And one neat thing about it, you can go to the Apple Store, the Android Store. You can download the app. It's for free. And then we will tailor that app to the service requirements of the city of Jackson. So, you know, each and every person, if you go out to the community, how many people are holding a smartphone? A lot of people are holding them. So it's just a way to attract our new generation with these smartphones and to show them the value of service and the value of what's on a phone and an app. It tells you your service day. It tells you a lot of different things in there. And basically, it's a service verification tool also. You know, it basically, if the citizen sees something wrong with our service, they can immediately go to their phone, take a picture, and send us a work order. And that's one thing that's important about service. We operate by a work order system. So if there's ever a service issue or an occurrence, we log a service order. You can go online, submit the service order online. You can call our office. We will then have a tracking number on that work order. And our goal is for full circle that work order. We want to receive it, get the appropriate person, inspect or look and see what occurred. They want a supervisor to look at that. They want to be able to close out the work order and determine what occurred. That way we can correct the issue before it doesn't happen again.
You talked about the areas where that was deployed. One of the questions that we just got was, what areas do you all serve?
Currently, you know, our biggest presence is the state of Tennessee. We're servicing a little over 110,000 homes in Nashville. We're growing our business with other city contracts. We've got the Belle Meade contract. Yesterday evening, we were awarded the city of Oak Hill. And what's neat about the Belle Meade contract and Oak Hill, they're municipal contracts south of Nashville, but they're both backdoor franchise contracts. So those are new contracts for us. We're picking up subscription work throughout Nashville. We've got a really nice presence of business in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. We have the Hardin County contract. We have the Fort Knox contract. And then look over in West Tennessee, we've got Union City. We've got a presence in South Texas. We've got a presence in Louisiana at Fort Pope, the military installation. And we've got a very, very large presence in Rapid City, South Dakota. And we have a presence in the Omaha Council Bluffs market. We have a franchise contract with the city of Council Bluffs, Iowa. We have a full-fledged franchise. We do residential service. We do garbage pickup, yard waste pickup, recycling services. So we've got work in a lot of different places that has prepared us to come to Jackson and work for the community here in Jackson.
Well, certainly we want to thank everybody that has tuned in to watch us and submitted questions. It looks like we're running close on time here. I do want to remind everybody, if you have an opinion, come on the Facebook page, go to garbagevote.com. Contact your council person, let them know what your feelings are, and come to the meeting on Tuesday morning, city council meeting, and let your voice be heard. We would welcome any dialogue with you guys. If you have any questions, submit those as well. And do you have any other closing thoughts?
I think just to go back with what you said, Steve, it's the power of the people. And if we can get people who are concerned about this here in the city of Jackson, if we can get you guys to come to the council meeting on Tuesday morning, 9 o'clock, and put your name in the hat for a public comment and voice your comments, because this service is going to affect this community for the next 5 years and maybe 5 years after that. So this is it's a big decision. There's a lot of savings on the table. We've got the experience to do this work. We've been doing it for 60 years, and we just appreciate any support the community can offer. And if you can offer your support to us, we can offer our thank you to this community by saving you guys $3.2 million.